Okay, Caitlin.
Coach, if you want to start with an opening statement.
I'm sorry, Mom.
You're on. We can hear you.
Okay, good. Well, credit to Rutgers. I thought they really responded well to our start, and they really wore the back 9 minutes of the first half out. We had a hard time functioning. But I thought defensively, and I thought in our first half, our effort level was very good at times. In the second half, right from the start, we weren't ready out of halftime. And it started with our defense. And I think, the thing that's disappointing right now is when things don't go well for us, the thing we've kind of hung our hat on and been able to do is really scrap, compete, and find a way to make it anybody's game. And in our last two second halves, in particular, when things haven't gone well, our defense and our tightness, our ability to communicate, our response hasn't given us a chance in these last two games. And both teams just really opened the floodgates up offensively against us. And, but a lot of it's a credit to them. I thought their ball pressure was as good as we've seen all year. They disrupted our guards, our entries. But we got off to a good start, and I thought our guys prepared well. And I thought defensively, especially the first 12, 14 minutes of the first half, we were as good as we've been. And we're just going to have to be able to find a way to get that collectiveness back.
Alex Bozich.
Archie, two straight games where you guys have had, double-digit leads in the first half, and you mentioned the good starts, but why do you think maybe you haven't been able to keep that momentum and defensively in both of the second halves? Was there anything that kind of stands out as problematic defensively that you guys just aren't doing to get the job done?
Well, I think when things aren't going well, and I would attribute it into both second halves, whether it's a lack of confidence offensively or things don't, start to become difficult for us, our response isn't to run harder, to talk more, to concentrate more, to talk about the things that we can control. And I think in both second halves, which hasn't really been the case all year, teams have been able to go, whether you're up or down, on huge runs without being able to get it stopped. And, to me, we're letting our defense completely be affected right now by whatever's going on in the game, whether that's a bad play on offense, whether that's a bad stretch on offense. But at the end of the day, we get quiet. And right now is not the time of year to be doing that.
Zach.
Archie, kind of, I guess, a double bar question on Armand. Is it fair to say that it was kind of his ankle that took him out? It just seemed kind of like he was maybe struggling with it a little bit in the first half. And is it something that's just sort of confined to tonight? Or is it something where maybe it's progressing to a point where you're worried he might miss more time?
Armand aggravated his ankle, foot, Achilles, I'm not sure which one, in the first half of the game, and wasn't able to go in the second half. So that's why he didn't play.
Dustin.
Archie, it seemed like a lot of the things that you said were going to be keys in this game were ultimately what did turn against you. Turnovers being one of them, obviously getting back in transition, and stopping the ball, giving up threes. Just what how much does that concern you? Obviously, just the fact that a lot of what you were trying to drive in leading up to this game, especially in the second half, didn't work out for you as you were hoping and demanding.
Yeah, I think it's a big part of what we're struggling with right now. We're struggling with the base stuff that we've been good at times this year. Taking care of the ball's become a problem. I thought their pressure really rattled us tonight. We had a hard time functioning cleanly on offense, and a lot of it had to do, I thought, with just their ability to pick up the ball and really work. But I think turnovers are hard to defend. I think we had 9 in the first half. And that was a big difference in the first half, getting turned around. And I think in the second half, just defensively, we didn't start the second half like we started the game. And I do think when things aren't going well right now, we tend to sort of get more into ourselves, and we tend to not get back. We tend right now not to fiercely compete how we have to do it to stay in the game. There's games this season where we've been down 9 at the half, which I think we're about 8 or 9 in the midpoint of this second half, where we found a way to grab a hold of momentum with our defense. And, you're down in Northwestern, you find a way to get some stops. There's been times where we've really responded well, but here lately, in particular in our last 2 games, I think when things haven't gone well, we haven't responded with that comeback effort that we need. And I think we can get it back. It's a humbling game. It's a humbling second half for us. I think it's the first time all season long our team has really looked fractured, where we didn't know how to compete, what to do. And that goes back to me. I have to figure this out and get our team, back up off the mat here, because we have a big finish. We have a lot of things at stake. We have a lot of things right in front of us. We've worked very hard to get right there. Got a great opportunity on Saturday at home, but it's not going to work in any game that we play the rest of the season if our competitiveness in our concentration when things aren't going well doesn't come back around.
Mike Schumann.
Yeah, Coach, what is your overall assessment of the level of play you're getting from the guys that you're trying at the point guard position?
I think tonight was a tough night for our point guards in general. I think they disrupted us a lot in terms of our entries and whatnot. But at the end of the day, it's not just one position or one player. We've got to get much more contributions from a lot of guys right now. And, we have to figure out what we need to do to start off better or get more consistent play. And I think that's a big part of here finishing is to get guys a little bit more confident in their roles, give guys a little bit more opportunity maybe to get in there. But we're definitely tonight, just in terms of our overall play from the guard position, although I thought Al really, really played well tonight. I thought he did a nice job for us. We just, for the most part, we're just not a confident team right now, being able to take care of the ball. And I think that can come back around, but everybody's got to do more.
Peegs.
Archie, there was a 35-point swing in this one. Leadership within the game from guys, is that something that's been lacking, you think, this game and the prior one?
I definitely think it's something right now that's been lacking. I think that the grab a hold of each other's jersey, kind of get guys buckled down, worrying about the right things, staying focused is something we got to get a hold on. We got to get our older guys and just the guys right now in general, our whole team's got to stick together. But we got to get guys back focused in on the right things when things aren't going well throughout the course of the game. And, just in general right now, I think we're searching for, an emotional guy, a guy that can really be looked to, that can rally us. And, we're a quiet group in general. And I don't think we have an alpha personality, but I definitely think right now we need some guys to step up a little bit within our own ranks, within our own locker room. And we got to be able to pull some things together, because I do think we lack confidence at certain times during the game when things don't go well. And that's when you kind of need that stick togetherness. But we talked a lot about that. And like I said, I thought coming back off of the Michigan State loss, guys had a good attitude, worked hard. I thought coming into this game, we were ready to play. We got off to a good start. We're just not responding to the adversity throughout the course of the game as well as we need to.
Last question, Alec.
Hey, Coach, you talked about lack of confidence with the team and kind of lack of ability to really respond to some of these runs lately. With 3 games left, how do you really find that, and where do you look to kind of find that as you finish up the season here?
I think in general, it just comes from within. Your focus can change quickly. As a team, you need to find that spirit to be back, to be playing for the right reasons at a high level. And, in this league, you get exposed when you're not playing well, but that doesn't mean you're not playing hard. I didn't think we played hard in the second half. I think that was, as much as anything, I thought the end of the first half, for whatever reason, may have impacted our team. Maybe Armand not playing in the second half had a lot to do with, our ability to make some things happen. But just in general, our competitiveness and what we were trying to do on the outset of this prep to play them was there at the start. But it wasn't there at the start of the second half, and they took complete advantage of us. They were a much more aggressive team. And things change quickly with one win. Things change quickly with one loss. And I think you have to be able to balance it. Our team has to be able to take a really, really humbling game here in the second half. Because I think when you really think about it, it may have been an 8 or 9 point game with 12 to go. We were sort of teetering right there. And, we weren't able to sustain it, and we caved. And I think it's a learning experience, hopefully, as we get into this one on Saturday. It's going to be a tough game, obviously. That we're going to have to be a lot more tough, a lot more together, and a lot more stick to the script, so to speak, and don't panic when things don't go our way. I think when things don't go our way, we don't get a little bit tighter. We don't get a little bit smarter. We get a little bit more fractured. And, I think with this group right now, the wear and tear of the year is on us. The pressure's on. But we have to be able to balance that and be able to play smart basketball. And when things aren't going well, we got to get a little bit smarter.
Thank you, Coach.